name's David Adams. I'm an old friend of Pazuzu's. I've known her for a little over a decade. And we used to get into some shit. People would come to Pazuzu's house because they knew it was free reign. There was no rules, no anything that you had to abide by. You could piss in his carpet, you could smash a TV, you could hit somebody in the head with a beer bottle, you could throw a knife at his wall. It just didn't matter.
You knock on the door and immediately you hear a shit ton of dogs barking. And then Pazuzu answers the door. You're greeted with this smell of just ammonia and urea. It just smells like straight urine and rotting matter, greets you as soon as that door is opened. He was crazy looking enough, with the long ratty ass dreadlocks and all his teeth filed down to a point, which later come to find out he did high as hell on meth one day.
There was always black metal blaring at ungodly ear-shattering volumes. There was always glass getting smashed, people fighting.
It's just like dirt and shit, like it's nasty.
People will get so drunk there that human beings would just pop a squat in a corner and take a crap, and God knows when it would get cleaned up, or the dogs might eat it, or whatever.
You walked into his kitchen, it was just like any other kitchen until he opened up his dishwasher. When he opened up his dishwasher, it was filled with serious weapons.
There was people naked like it was nothing. He tried to have orgies and trying to manipulate people into having sex and doing whatever they wanted to do.
You can do whatever the you want.
Nobody's pointing their finger at me. Nobody's judging me.
It was just free reign.
It's like this mad place where you can act out your darkest and sickest fantasies to no judgment. And actually, I can see the appeal for a generation here who is having a hard time even finding a job. The idea that you can go somewhere judgment-free with no pressure on you, somebody's gonna give you drugs and let you behave however you want, there's an appeal to that.
That's the point. Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, a great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Just real quick scripture. This is Habakkuk 2, and go to the point. Verse 4, it says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up," right? Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. It says, "But the just shall live by faith." Okay, now what we just took a look at, because it just, just scrolling, looking at some things, and this thing popped up on my feed, and it's just, I believe the guy's he may be, I don't know if he was like a somebody was in the music industry or rock band or whomever he was, but nevertheless, his true identity is Esau Edom, okay, and who Habakkuk is speaking about is in the second chapter, in the 4th verse. All right. Well, the first part of this precept is the wicked man and Esau Edom. All right. Because when you go back, before we go to this Job, when you go back to Genesis, we understand. Let's see. Genesis 25 and Genesis 25, and I'm gonna start at 22. It says, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, Nev, when you go into the story, for those that are not in the know, Abraham had Isaac, and then Isaac had who? Okay. Isaac had Jacob, but Jacob, in the womb, as we're about to read, had a twin brother. All right. And I'm going to continue. It says, Genesis 25 and 22, it says, and the children struggled together within her and said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. Yahweh says, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. It says, and one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. Right. So just going into the origins, okay, of the self-proclaimed, the so-called white man, all right, and understanding that at one point in time, okay, our nations, you know, us, we were at one point in time in the same womb. We come out of the same loins, okay, but in our mother, in Rebecca's womb, you know, in our mother's womb, all right, it was told unto her that it was going to be 2 different manners of people, two different people, all right. Now, when that people, all right, because I mean it should be common knowledge now. Like it should be right. It should be common knowledge that the self-proclaimed white man, okay, the people who are calling themselves Caucasian, okay, primarily, all right, because you do have, you know, the nation of Israel that is scattered amongst them, all right, but primarily, okay, their seed, okay, is known in the wicked is the biblical wicked. Esau, Edom, they are the wicked, man. All right. And as we saw in that video, I mean, and that's just one case. OK, when you go into, you know, when you just listen to what he was saying and what manner of people that these people are, how they conduct themselves, which I'm going to get Job's the 30th chapter. You see why he said what he said. All right. OK, these people are vile, man. These people are monsters. They are. And ultimately, man, and that's why, okay, you go into the book of Obadiah. That's why the judgment, which we can get that as well. The judgment that's written for them is to be put out, you know, from the earth, man, for their name to be cut off, for their lineage to be cut off, for them to never be, you know, again, you know, for them never to exist. OK, and it's necessary. This is Malachi 1 and 4. It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the borders of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Okay, and indignation is righteous anger, and how they were impoverished because it was certain points of time where they were put down, they were put into subjection. Okay, a couple times throughout history. Okay, through you know, when Jake, I believe it was, you know, with the I believe it was the Byzantine Empire. Okay, and then when King David was in rulership. All right, but then after them coming out of that which is prophecy from underneath of our rule. All right. They were, you know, they came back out, you know, during the Renaissance period, man. All right. You know, when it tells you when Alexander the Greek, when he came on the scene, man, that the wickedness was multiplied. All right. It was because they were able to spread their disease throughout the earth. All right. Which we are seeing the effects of that today. You understand? And what we can see is in the video, it's just showing you, man, these people, it was a couple statements that he said, man, these, you know, and this is just one little, one little example. All right. Seeing as though these people can go to a place where there ain't no judgment. They pretty much can do as thou wilt. And that's the doctrine of Satan. You understand? Alex the Crawley, that was a statement that, man, that do as thou wilt thing is serious, and these people abide by that. You understand? So what they want, okay, with their spirit on the left hand side, they serve Satan, and it's evident, man. You know, it's evident. You know, and I mean, you got the bulk of our people, man, and man, you want these people to be saved. These people can't be saved, man. All right, the Lord hates Esau. Right, bro, I'm going to get that, and then we can go to Job. The Lord hates Esau, all right? It says, Romans 9 and 13 says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. And it's not for nothing. It's not that he has a hatred for you for no reason, all right? No, he doesn't. He created you to be wicked, all right? So every manner, like, whatever it consists, like, the ways of the Heavenly Father, that's what Satan means. An adversary. Okay, so what you do, what you're built to do, all right, is to be completely against the will, all right, and the ways of the Lord, all right, and that manifests itself. You see how unclean this animal is, man, all right. You see, trying to get people to participate in orgies, all right. Motherfucker shaving his teeth down and all types of crazy shit, man. Walk in his house, motherfuckers pissing and shitting on the floor, all right? These people, hey, listen, these people are animals, all right? But then, you know, you got the elite, right? Which dress themselves up and paint themselves over to be something that they are not, right? Because they paint themselves up to be civilized, to be noble, all right? To be regal, all right? They go and they take over, they invade, you know, throughout history, invade certain countries, different lands, place themselves within, you know, certain positions, you know, after they've conquered and set themselves up as if they've been there for that, you know, for the period of time, as if they set things up. You know, we build this and we did this and we're this you know, benevolent and you know, light bearing people, when it's the exact opposite, man. You know. So this is Job, all right. This is Job 30, and you see why he said it. You see why Job said what he said, okay. And this is it's obvious, man. It's just, you want to know what, you got a bulk of people that don't want to face the facts and look at things for what they really are, okay. The facts are the facts, man. These people are not, man. These people ain't people. You know, these people aren't people, man. You know, you see something like that, and then, you know, people, and then you'll hear Jake or somebody want to make an excuse. Oh, that's just some of them. That's not all of them. No, this is their spirit in the purest form. Okay, this is their spirit without caring about what people actually think about them. You understand? This is an Edomite spirit. All right. This is Job 31. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision. All right. It says, whose father I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. And Job is telling you, man, you know, Job is telling you, man, I don't even want these people around my dogs, because you already know how they get down. Okay. You already know, man, that sleeping with animals and all that, man, that's something that's common amongst them, man. Now they may not, well, nowadays they're glorifying and putting it in the forefront, all right? But not all of them gonna say that they, you know, do that or whatever the fuck. And then all of them may not do that of it, but it's a big portion of them that fucking do that shit, all right? It says, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. It says, for want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing from the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste. Okay, this is speaking about when they was pushed up into them caves, man. All right, that's why they call themselves Caucasian. It says, and who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat, right? Because the Lord preserved them, man. You know, because it was that, and that's why I was gonna say when I believe it's, when I read down to 8, it speaks about them being base men, all right? Because at one point in time, and they show you that, man. They show you that within their museums. All right, they like to equate that with this evolution theory, you know, that, you know, basically man evolved from primates. No, it was just that these individuals were such at a lower state, all right, that and when they were in that position, the rest of the world, I mean, hey, we had our kingdom, you know what I'm saying? We were civilized. Of course, we were always civilized, but because the Lord gave us way, he departed unto his wisdom. He gave us his ways. So we were civilized, all right? But you, on the other hand, we're not. All right. And Job is speaking about that. It says they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. And that's in a depiction of that. I mean, you can go to your local museum. All right. And you can scratch all that other bullshit that they show you. You know what I'm saying? in regards to the, you know, the Big Bang and the evolution of man and men coming from monkeys and so on and so forth, you can disregard of that and just focus on that point where you see them in caves, all right, looking like a hunched over and face hairy as shit, you know, and you can just, you know, highlight that and accept that because that's what they were, you know, at one point. It says they dwell in clefts. Yeah, they dwell in clefts of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. All right, right. That's what Caucasian means, man. This goes back to the Caucasus Mountains, okay, in Georgia, Russia, man. All right, and it just shows you through the spirit. You can see that. I mean, you can look at how they live in today. All right. These high buildings, these skyscrapers, you know, all of this stuff that they, that they like to dwell in and stuff like that, you know, because even within our law, I mean, we had building regulations, so to speak, man, you know, as far as with in our dwelling places. It says among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together, and this is showing you, man, that at one point in time they couldn't even communicate. All right, they were literally at a level of an animal. All right, literally, grunting and shit like that. It says, verse 8. It's the point. It says they were children of fools, yeah, children of base men, and they were viler than the earth. All right. So what we just saw in the depiction of that video, man, it was just, I mean, it's just more. Listen, man, there's plenty of these videos out showing what the type of shit that these motherfuckers do, man. You know. And it's just out of, you see that and the spirit hops on you just to speak on it and just get the scriptures on, you know, what manner of people these are, why they are like that, and who they are. Like, who are you? Like, what is your purpose here? There got to be a purpose for that shit that you're doing. Like, there has to be a reason for that. And the reason is because the Lord made you to be the way that you are. And your ending is going to be what? End of the death. And this is the end. This is going to be the end of you after you serve your captivity. All right. After you go through that harsh, vigorous, vicious, all right, shall I say, captivity that you're going to go through for the Lord that balanced the scales. This is what's going to happen. Obadiah 1:18. It says, "In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh have spoken it." All right. After your 1,000 years, you're going to disappear. All right. And in the earth, and we're going to continue on forever, man. OK, this short span of time. And it seems, and this is the thing, man, we see this, man. And, you know, like, of course, we're waiting for all of these things, man. We have faith in the Lord that we see him working, you know, all in all. But it's like when you witness it, I'm able to go, I'm able to look some shit up like this and see these people actually doing this shit. Because this shit is still going on right now, man. You know, these motherfuckers drinking blood, eating flesh. All right. Sacrificing children, all types of shit, man. These people are doing and are getting away with it. But it seems that they're getting away with it, but they're not. OK, because the Lord there's going to be a judgment for that, man. And as you said, that was another point. Like I said, well, like he said, these motherfuckers want to go somewhere and do the things that they want to do without being judged. All right. And it doesn't work like that, man. All right, you will be judged. You will be judged. All right, so with that, all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh by Shemi Awashai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, of great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.